Turning now to Afghanistan, where U.S. lawmakers are now demanding answers over the botched Afghanistan withdrawal that left 13 U.S. service members dead and up to 100 Americans still stranded in the country. Joining us now, New York Congresswoman and House Foreign Affairs Committee member Claudia Tenney. Congresswoman, welcome back to National Report.
Thank you. Great to be on with you.
Nice to see you as well. I'd like to start with this headline. It reads this, saying lawmakers storm out of classified Afghanistan briefing after questions go unanswered. And as we know, there are plenty of questions that remain about what happened in the U.S. troop withdrawal from Afghanistan. Were you in that briefing? What other questions might you have?
Yeah, I was in the briefing. I was there to the bitter end. I was the last person to ask questions and had to ask for more time from the chair just so I could ask some questions, because obviously this is a very serious issue and the Department of Defense needs to answer the questions that we had. And they mostly didn't really answer questions, even though we were in a classified setting. Almost all of their answers were issues that we know from news reporting. And in fact, they couldn't even pinpoint how many Americans were actually still in Afghanistan. They said it was a moving number. They couldn't tell us how many had been evacuated. There were some numbers on some issues, but it was really disappointing. And I would not storm out of the meeting. I waited to the bitter end. I need to have answers and I need to hear from them, even if we need to continue to press them for the answers. And my answer, some of the questions I have are really critically important. We had the representative from the National Intelligence saying that we don't have any intelligence on the ground in Afghanistan. We have no one there to tell us, well, we have ways of over the horizon, which is, just a slogan. We really don't know. We led to this tragic drone strike that, without having real intelligence, where we killed innocent people. Joe Biden ordered the strike and we killed innocent people. But my biggest concern was we have a lot of confidential and top secret classified information that was left in the embassy when it was taken over by the Taliban. And we don't have any evidence from our government that evidence was destroyed, dealing with our citizens, our allies and others. And they couldn't answer that either. And they have no intelligence on the ground. And now we're about to spend another $250 million that's supposedly going to go to humanitarian interests within Afghanistan. How do we know that money is going to go to these humanitarian interests? And what happens if there is a strike from Russia or China or some rogue nation against Afghanistan and our innocent citizens are still in harm's way in Afghanistan? None of these questions were answered adequately by Department of Defense, which is disappointing.
Yeah, you've got a long list there. Perhaps you could get some answers from Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General Mark Milley, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, and also General Kenneth McKenzie. They're going to testify before Congress next week on the Afghanistan withdrawal. This is going to be their first public testimony since the fall of the Afghan government. What are your expectations for that testimony?
Well, first of all, disappointing that the Biden administration doesn't take questions, as you've reported on, but also none of those top officers or top people in these agencies were at the classified briefing. But again, as I emphasized, this classified briefing really did not reveal anything you can't find in a normal open source. So I'm hoping that when they are testified, they will be grilled and asked the hard questions and will not try to raise the flag, oh, this is classified or this is a setting we can't discuss, because in the classified setting, they didn't tell us anything either. So, we need to know the answers. We have people in harm's way. This is a debacle. It's one of the worst actual foreign policy disasters in our history. And Joe Biden and his administration need to be held accountable. And I'd like to hear the answers from his appointed people and those that are leading the charge here.